right, you guys ready?
You want to do the opener?
Open what?
Yeah.
We are rolling.
You guys are lucky I made it here today.
Yeah,
Why is that, Tony? What is
I'm
this up
fucked
on
up.
the screen here? Is
See
this?
this? Yeah, that's my night.
This is Tony from. Wait, is there more?
My dog.
Oh, you guys are fucked up.
That's my beautiful kitchen.
Oh man, hey, at least I didn't get it on the floor.
Oh, what time is this? About 9:30 last night. What do
Oh
you?
man, that's definitely before midnight.
Oh man.
Like, and Cinderella said, it still had time
Hey,
in her
you
ball.
know, Mike extended that white girl wasted invitation, and I took it up on him. But I didn't know I was the only one fucking participating.
We ran out of booze and I was still standing. I don't know what to tell you. He's got his Pedialyte or no,
Yeah.
electrolyte solution.
So needless to say, I will not be talking about the main and co-main event because I didn't witness it.
Definitely not
Or
the
I don't
co-main.
remember witnessing it. Man.
So yeah, we did a live. Well, you guys went live last night on IG.
Yeah, we were doing it. as the
Clearly
fights
got a
came
little
up.
rowdy.
Got a little rowdy for sure.
Man.
That
Disheveled, to say the least. Where am I?
life choices. Hashtag.
Well,
life
if you want to
choices.
see Tony in rare form, you can go on our IG. And
They're all over there.
Yeah, I was going hard in the paint.
he reached
Yo.
his ultimate
He was
form.
missing-
Half a
he
bottle
was-
of Crown.
He was mixing his whiskey there.
Half a
buddy.
bottle of Crown. Who knows how much Howlerhead?
Howlerhead, where's that sponsorship? Look what you do for us. You create this.
Man.
But there was a UFC card that went down, a pretty big one last. I remember it. UFC 268, Covington versus Usman 2, and also Rose versus Whaley 2, back-to-back championship rematches. And we'll start with the main event: Kamaru Usman versus the challenger Chaos Colby Covington. Alliteration aside, this fight kind of disappointing.
What's the story of the fight?
Just Usman's the best guy at 170. I mean,
Is he the GOAT? Is he the GOAT yet?
at 170, possibly. Obviously, there's going to be that GSP comparison, but I do think Kamaru's fighting better fighters. There's better talent in that division than there was in the GSP era. Again, not as eventful as the first one where they kind of hung and banged. Colby did not seem like himself. I don't know if he was like, Usman's leveled up. But normally Chaos has that crazy, step forward style. Tons of volume, just relentless pace, kind of like did to Jerry Lawler. We're talking about wrestling. Robbie Lawler, right? That just nonstop. I'm gonna throw 300 strikes, or for the fight. And he kind of was reserved back. Kamaru rocked him a few times early, blocked a few of his takedowns early, and I think he I just can't beat this guy. I mean, he was in there. He did land some strikes late in the fight, but it just didn't seem like the normal Chaos Covington at all.
Well, it was. I mean, a lot of people gave it 3-2 to Covington, and that
Really?
Covington came back pretty strong in 4 and 5. I mean, I felt like it wasn't a close fight, but I felt like it was a good fight.
Well, I mean, I do think I think it was round 2 where the 2 knockdowns was a 10-8 too.
Yeah,
Like
there's that argument,
that 10-8,
too.
10-8, that should be a 10-8 round for sure. And even though Kobe was in there, obviously didn't get finished. He took some big shots, recovered, but there was never a time he threatened Kamaru Usman once in this fight. It was never a thought Kobe's going to win this fight. If he was going to win, it's like, the judges just are going to give his guy a fight. It's going to be a steal. And then going forward, Kamaru, who's next? He's cleaned it out, right?
Well, at post-fight presser, he was talking, making the transition over to Canelo and boxing Canelo, and Dana was like,
Nope.
Kamaru don't want no part of Canelo.
Yeah.
What
nope.
what the fuck is he thinking?
Paycheck. No, I know he's thinking paychecking right off into the sunset. He's already kind of mentioning retirement.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to avoid the Hamzat train. I don't think he wants to ride that. I think he'll stay away from
there
that.
ain't nobody else in that division probably going to give him a...
I would like to see Wonder Boy. Not that he did, obviously he just lost that fight to Burns. Probably doesn't deserve it, but
Burns
they never
got him down. I'm sure Usman can get him down.
But they never fought. That's the one matchup there. They never see each other. You got Edwards and Masvidal fighting. If Edwards wins that fight, it probably will be him. Is what I'm thinking.
That's what you're talking in the post presser. But
And I kind of hope he does. I kind of hope Edwards wins that. We get that fight so people can shut up about it and Kamaru can beat him again. And then we'll get Colby and Masvidal. That's for the BMF title. That should be the next fight after that. So hopefully Leon takes care of business, although we do know 3-piece in the soda could happen. But I think that's what's going on in that welterweight division now. Burns and Wonderboy are kind of sitting out.
Yeah.
They really got nowhere to go. Burns, we kind of saw what you got against Usman. I'm not excited to see a rematch.
Right. All right, let's keep rolling. Rose and Whaley.
Again, tough fight to call from start to finish. Split decision, as even the judges thought it was close. When we were going through our picks all week long, whiskey and wages, all that stuff, I was hard to who I thought was going to win this fight. Very similar, very equally matched. You didn't really know what Whaley was going to bring coming with fight ready, working with Cejudo and the Pitbull brothers and all that stuff. She did bring a little bit more grappling to the table. I thought she came out early with a good lead in the fight. As the rounds progressed, Rose started to close distance, maybe won a couple of those middle rounds. They were tight rounds the way through. Round 5, Rose gets the win, but it really was a do-nothing round for a championship 5th round. Nobody was in danger. It was an ugly grappling kind of stalemate. The more entertaining part was Tony in the bathroom during this whole fight. I figured he was taking a shit, but he was letting all that whiskey come back out to the top. But again, I mean, Rose gets the win. The split decision. She moves on. I'm guessing Esparza.
I mean, it has to be, right?
I mean, I'm not too excited for that matchup. I'd rather see Marina Rodriguez.
Yeah.
If we're going to see her get in the fight, I think Rodriguez will push her harder. It'll be more of a challenging fight. Although if Esparza gets her down, she could sneak out. Esparza could beat her, but I don't want to see Esparza as the champion.
Yeah.
And that fight's not going to be fun to watch. So Whaley Zhang, I don't really know where she goes from here. She doesn't really have much of a history to begin with, right? Like, she kind of got fast-forwarded that championship picture.
Yeah.
She got that flash knockout against Andrade, and now that's kind of looked like maybe she caught lightning in a bottle, and she needs to retool a little bit.
They got to figure something out because they got to, cash that.
I mean,
China cash cow,
that Chinese PI is not doing his job too well. We were kind of joking off camera. I'd love to see her and Jan go at it. One must leave town, right?
Yeah.
Lose town match. The money fights her and Joanna again, right? That's the one people will see, pay to see. Put that on a pay-per-view card. It'll help sell. That's probably the most likely, but we don't know what's going on with Joanna. She's all of the rankings. We all know it's a ploy by Dana, but where's her head at? She's not enthusiastic about fighting too much anymore. So will that fight make her come out? We'll see.
So did Edgar retire?
Did he actually retire? I did not notice that.
I don't know. That's what I was asking. I was curious.
Should he? I don't know.
Oh, I think he should, for sure. That's
You don't
3
think
knockouts in a row.
You don't think he
isn't
should
it?
go down to bantam or to fly? I mean,
Can he make flyweight?
I don't know. He keeps going down lower and lower and lower. It keeps happening,
I
right?
think his chin's gone, man. He's done.
It's got. I mean, Frankie Edgar's had. Look at the strikes battle. Frankie Edgar's had wars with some of the greatest of all times, right? The fighters that he's been in there with. He has not had an easy fight. Pretty much, if I can remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember I remember him the Gray Maynard series for sure. But before that, he kind of came on the scene and made a name for himself fighting BJ Penn and owning BJ Penn. I know anyone who's new to MMA sees BJ Penn's record and saw like the last 6-7 fights of BJ Penn. You get the wrong impression what BJ Penn was. When Frankie Edgar beat him, he was one of the baddest men walking the planet.
Yeah.
And he was fighting the bigger guys, welterweights. He fought some light heavyweights over at Pride. He fought some big dudes in Pride. BJ Penn was not knowing to play with. And that's when Edgar kind of just took over. After he beat him.
Beat Oliveira. That's right.
He beat a
He
lot
beat a lot of good people. Yeah.
I remember who beat him for the lightweight title. I don't remember right now off the top of my head. Was it like Pettis or that era? The Pettis.
He beat Maynard, right?
Swanson, Mendez,
No,
Aldo.
him and
Was it
Maynard
before that?
fought before the titles.
Oh, okay.
It might have been probably Ben Henderson.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Yeah, 5 round yes. Probably Ben Henderson got that title.
They rematched
and
it.
beat him
and beat
twice.
him
So yeah,
again.
Ben Bendo came over from WEC. So he went down and got to fight Jose Aldo at the time when Jose Aldo was fucking the
Beating everybody's
bad at
ass.
145. Put a great fight. And they went down the bantamweight and said, fight some of the greatest bantamweights of all time. So if Frankie Edgar wants to walk away, I hope he does. Because again, it's starting to get late early for him in these fights. Although he was winning the majority of this, at least won the first round. Second round's close. Third round, Cheeto was winning, which kind of Cheeto's MO. And then that button, got caught in that button.
Yeah.
Happens.
Well, what's next for Vera?
I mean, move him up the ladder. Maybe a
Top
Dom
10.
Cruz.
Well, I guess he was fighting.
Got to be a top 10. Well, Edgar was.
I mean,
eight.
a nice fight. We'll see him if he wants to do it. Him and Sugar.
Again, yeah.
I mean, we really didn't get to see that fight.
Yeah, I mean, where does he? Cody. He already fought off.
Now, who's Dominic Cruz fighting? Dominic Cruz has a fight lined up. Is it Munoz? I think it's Pedro Munoz. I'd say he should fight the winner of that fight. If you really just want to go by rankings and moving up the line, that's probably where
coming up. Munoz.
Yeah, I think the winner of Pedro Munoz. Although if Munoz wins, he's going to want to go up higher probably.
Yeah. Give him
well,
There's no shortage of great fights in that
Moraes
division.
is off another loss too, right? Give him Marlon Moraes.
You want to get him a knockout? I mean, Marlon Moraes needs to. I'd rather see Marlon Moraes retire before I see Frankie Edgar retire. Moraes says this shit is even worse. But yeah, Shado's got to go in that top 10 somewhere. I think once the Pedro Munoz and a Cruz fight kind of settles, you get that dust settles a little bit, then you'll have a little bit more matchups to make. Again, there's always that Sugar fight. It's out there.
I think Sugar is talking about a fight. I got it pulled up. We'll talk about later.
I thought he was fighting Paiva.
Yeah, he's gonna win that fight. Hell, he might lose that.
You never know,
Paiva's
man.
no bum.
Yeah.
Another fun fight. Shane Burgos and Billy Quarantillo. Kind of, we knew it was gonna be this way. Neither one of these guys getting boring fights. On the feet, these guys are beating the shit out of each other. Billy's relentless pace, where Burgos had more of the power.
Not successful at all with those takedowns.
No, he tried.
Goose egg got a 14.
Burgos is a big featherweight.
Yeah.
We talk about
welterweight fighting.
Yeah, he's a big dude, broad back, big shoulders. Where Billy is more of a true featherweight. You know, he probably could fight at lightweight, but he ain't making welter. He ain't hanging out in the welterweight. Awkward style for Billy Quarantillo, but again, the guys that Burgos he just got out of that fight with Emmett was a war. And Barbosa was a war. So if you're not gonna really hit this guy with with an anvil or some shit, and Billy Quarantillo doesn't really have that type of power, and he kind of showed. And Burgos just weared him down. You know, he lost his ranking, Shane Burgos, huh? Time to put him back in that top 15.
Yeah.
It says he's 14.
No, 14. I didn't see that. I thought Lula was gone. Yeah, I mean, move him back up and have him fight somebody in that top 10. I think he's ready for that for sure. He was fighting those people. He had his step back fight with Billy Q. He went, put him back up in that. Try to work his way up to the top.
All right, there we go to fight of
the night,
banger.
possibly the year, man. Did not disappoint. Justin the highlight. Gaethje versus Iron Michael Chandler. 2 top 5 lightweights. A kind of a title eliminator fight, right? Winner.
Yeah.
Especially with
Well,
Gaethje getting
Gaethje's gonna riot if not.
Yeah.
I
I know my man Islam's not too happy with that. But again, Gaethje is the number 2 fighter. Only loss was in recent memory was the fucking Khabib, right? Which that almost doesn't count. Like Dustin Poirier, that loss doesn't count. You know, when you lose to Khabib, it's like, you know what, everyone does. So whatever.
Well, I think Makhachev has a better chance of beating Gaethje than he does beating Chandler, right? Getting him on the ground. You put Gaethje on the ground.
Makhachev beat both their asses.
Maybe. I mean, he could,
Makhachev's
for sure.
He's gonna be the champion.
He'd be the favorite. Is he?
I think he is.
Does he beat Dustin Poirier? Does he beat Charles Oliveira? I don't know if he does. I don't know.
I think Charles Oliveira is a harder challenge than Poirier would be.
I don't know. I mean, Poirier had fucking Khabib in that rear naked. It was close. Or like the guillotine, I mean. Like he had him in that guillotine. It was close. It was tight. You going to tell me that Makhachev's a better grappler than Khabib is? I don't think so. He's not as strong. He's not as fucking physical and, you know, dominating as he was. He caught Dan Hooker, but again, Dan Hooker, I think, is just collecting checks now.
Yeah.
Like his whole post after that fight was the Woody Harrelson from Zombieland wiping his tears with money. Yeah. So I think he's just cashing checks now. I mean, Islam will get his opportunity. He's gonna fight whoever. I think Gaethje gets that title fight now. Then Islam gets the next one.
Well, or is it this? Is it Justin and Poirier, right?
Yeah.
Chandler Makhachev, right? And then the winner of that takes the winner of Poirier Gaethje.
Well, there's Poirier Oliveira already, right? They're gonna have that
next
fight.
month. A month.
Assuming Poirier wins, I think Gaethje fights Poirier.
Well, I think
Oliveira fights Makhachev.
Yeah,
I think Makhachev should fight the loser of the title fight.
Or
And Gaethje fights the
or
winner.
we can right a wrong and have Makhachev fight Beneil Dariush, who does not belong in the top 5. Like Beneil Dariush is a good fighter. He's not a top 5 fighter. And Makhachev will show that.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy who just came off a win. Makhachev came off the win. You know, it
Could be a good scrap.
That's 2 top 5 fighters, right? Or was Makhachev's right outside the top 5? Is he?
What is
Lightweight.
Makhachev's
He made
8.
like
I thought
6.
Makhachev was like 8 or some shit.
Makhachev is 4.
I guess he was.
He
I think
moved up.
in his fight.
Chandler moved down.
3-4.
Yeah.
Well, 3-4, both of them coming off wins.
Right.
I know they're both fucking managed by Ali though, so I don't know if he'll do that or not. But he did. He did it with Gaethje and what's his name, Khabib. But yeah, I think Gaethje's next in line. He deserved the shot. One of the most impressive. And all this crazy fall of Tony Ferguson. He at least started it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he's the only one that really beat the fuck out of Tony Ferguson. Yeah. Like there was no question in my mind. You know, I've had arguments about Tony Ferguson's last 2 losses, right? When Justin Gaethje got in that fucking cage with him, he fucking beat the life out of Tony Ferguson. He changed him.
He didn't even look the same.
He's not the same person anymore after that fight.
All right, let's go to the prelims. This was a pretty good one too. Yeah.
Featured prelim. Oh wait, we passed on. No, we got this right. We're right.
Yeah,
You're right. I was just looking at the wrong one. Alex Pereira making his debut. Kickboxing legend known for knocking out Izzy Adesanya versus my cousin, the Spartan Andres Michailidis.
He didn't let down.
Well, the first round kind of showed what we kind of was a possibility that could happen. If Michailidis wanted to go the grappling route, he can get control of this guy, see how he responded. And honestly, Pereira did not look too comfortable or knowledgeable in that position. And Michailidis just controlled all round one.
Yeah, that's the bottom of the barrel grappler too in that division. So
right.
Like, he's gonna. But he's older, right? He's like 35. He's gonna have
if
to
he
shoot
comes
him
across a fucking Derek Brunson or a Jared Cannonier or even a fucking Kelvin Gastelum, he's gonna have some problems. Yeah. He does get lucky though. Not lucky in round two. He's a superior striker, one of the best strikers probably in the UFC right now. Catches a nice flying knee and ice Andres Michailidis. But again, Michailidis is not the best grappler. He's solid at it, but he telegraphed his shot, and that's when that jumping knee came through, and he just put him out. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he progresses. He is working with Glover Teixeira. So if he's going to pick up any grappling, it's a guy you want to work with.
Yeah, how much time?
But there's not much time on the clock. Well, you know he's going to get fast-tracked, especially after he hits Whitaker, there's a lot of, well, who's he fight next, right? Yeah. And they might want to fast-track him, and that might be a mistake. I don't know if it's a mistake for him, but I don't think he beats Izzy yet. I don't think so.
All right. Iaquinta, Bobby Green.
Man, can't believe he got finished.
Raging Al. I can't believe Al got finished for one, and then Bobby Green actually finished somebody. I did sprinkle in that little bit, sprinkle for Bobby Green win by knockout. It paid off for me. Iaquinta looked like he had 2 years off, and who was already kind of halfway out of the cage, right? Like he's been focusing way more on his real estate career, right?
He's no joke. Look at him.
Yeah. Raging. He's not like angry at all.
He looks like a fucking man. What do we call those things in Harry Potter? Pull him out of the tree.
He looks like what the Island Boys would look like if they weren't shitheads, right?
Potter, but he looks like he's definitely wearing a toupee.
A screaming mandrake.
I mean, I feel like that's what the Island Boys would look like if they never shitheads.
Yeah. Probably possibly right.
Versus Bobby King Green, never disappoints. Always fun fights. Bobby catches him. He kind of did not respect Al at all in this fight. He had his hands down at his hips. Throwing from there, Bobby would do that Floyd shoulder roll, right? It was blocking the jabs with that shoulder and showing that he was getting hit in the shoulder, not in the face. And finally, he iced him back against the cage too, knockout. Yeah, I know the weight classes ain't the same, but I would love to see a Bobby Green Kevin Holland fight. That'd be a great fight though. Obviously, again, that's a couple weight classes of a jump, but man. Bobby Green, just keep signing him up. Put him in there. 155. He's one of those guys that's probably never going to be in the title picture. Probably never be top 15. But anytime I see Bobby Green's fighting, I want to see it. Yeah. Al, go home. You had a great run. And one of the best fights against Khabib there was, right? Yeah. My action man.
An upset of the night.
One of my upset picks. We kind of talked about during our fight preview. Chris Curtis versus Phillip Halls, a fight that was supposed to happen a couple weeks ago, and Phillip Halls turned it down. Didn't want it on short notice.
Well, now we know why.
Versus Chris Curtis.
He had a feeling.
Versus Chris Curtis, who's coming off of, I think, LFA. But he wasn't a Dana White Contender Series.
PFL too.
He should have got the contract after his Contender Series fight. And I thought he had the better gas tank and the better hands of Phil Hawes. And it didn't even take that much of a gas tank. He got done in round one. Hawes does come out good early. Kind of hits Curtis with a couple of solid shots. But I think Curtis was kind of just biding his time, letting this guy wear himself out, eating a couple shots here and there. Played some pretty good defensive shots. He had a really high shell during the fight, and he fucking hits Phillip Halls. And Phillip Halls looks like you see his fucking
he goes down.
His shadow come out from behind him as he gets hit, right? He's out on his feet, kind of wobbles to the floor, and then Curtis comes out and finishes up the top with a couple ground.
What does that mean for Phillip Halls? Because he had a lot of momentum going. He was the prospect.
I mean, I don't think we're going to talk about Imamov in a second here. Like, Phillip Halls dominated Imamov, and look what he just did yesterday. Like, so I don't think he's done. You're going to get losses in MMA, and I think it was more of an underrating of Curtis than it is an overrating of Phil Halls. Curtis has hands that can put people out. Yeah, a lot of experience. He's a finisher. Yeah. So again, I think Phil Halls this might actually make him better. You needed that. You need to be the hit the nail. Let's see how you bounce back from that.
Who do you want to see Curtis fight next?
We have middleweights, right? Man.
I mean, he probably doesn't break in the top 15.
No.
You know, I mean, Kevin Holland.
I mean, I love to see Kevin Holland fight anybody, but he's out for a while now. He got hurt. I mean, who's fighting Dawkins now.
Your boy Dolidze.
Oh, Dolidze. I like to see him fight Dolidze. He's gonna punch him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Listen, I think.
I would not be against a Imamov versus Curtis fight, but that might be a big jump up for Imamov. Ian Heinisch is still not ranked, right?
Yeah.
Ian Heinisch would be a nice fight. I think a good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, because Imavov beat Heinisch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I think he's got a fight too, but Brandon Allen would be a fun one too.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk. We're talking about
Wait, before we move on, this is middleweight, right?
Yeah.
No, Chris Curtis and Joaquin Buckley. That's what we got.
Okay.
That's what we got to see happen.
Numanza.
That's gonna be some fucking fireworks. Someone's going out. That's the fight out. What am I thinking? We had a lot of drinks last night.
Yes.
I may
One
have
of us
not
more than the other.
I may
Yeah,
no.
the wheels ain't
We had the
spinning.
same amount.
Are
We
you
had the
almost
same
done
amount.
with? Oh, you're about halfway through your
So
electrolytes.
this-
I've got PTSD right now. I can't
It may
drink
not be
fast.
totally fucking annihilated, but I'm still feeling some effects from last night for sure. Talking about Nasruddin Imamov, who I think he's now going to have a number by his name. Edmund Shabazian, the Golden Boy, has lost his shine. 4 straight?
3 or 4 straight.
3 or 4, whatever. How many losses he has? They're all in a row.
Yeah.
Because he
There
was
was a lot
undefeated.
of hype behind him. That was Ronda Rousey's boy.
So 3,
3.
because they're saying 2 here, which is probably not updated.
So he's lost 3.
3 straight and pretty dominating losses.
Yeah. His last win's Tavares.
He was up a little bit of Hermanson. Hermanson kind of came back in the fight. I won't say that. But Imamov had control of him. He did almost have that Hail Mary guillotine. Some wrestling involved. I didn't know Imamov can grapple like that.
Neither did I.
He kind of had that modified guillotine Darce combination.
Kept
going for it. Shabazian, he needs to get a new cat. I don't want to write him off. He's 23 years old or something.
He's got some decent
He's
skill.
under 25 for sure. He's got a pretty well-rounded skill. But what's the dude's fucking name? Tarskane? What the fucking Ronda Rousey's fucking trainer? Get away from that guy. Go somewhere. That's out West Coast, right?
I don't know where it's at.
I think so because Ronda trained. I figure it's West Coast because that's where she was doing her Hollywood shit. Maybe I know. Go to Fight Ready. If you're in that area, go down to Fight Ready. Train with Cejudo and those boys.
He's in Vegas, isn't he?
Arizona. Spend some time at the PI. Leap camps. You have talent. You're young. Don't let your career just get wasted with this guy who's fucking obviously has a track record of not.
Yeah. I feel like this is a fight they're trying to set him up to win to get back on that fucking.
Imamov came off like a motherfucker, man. He was sharp. I always knew him as a striker. Again, I didn't know he had that grappling. If you feel like when he fought Phil Hawes, where was that at?
Yeah.
He was. Maybe that fight woke him up. Right. He did not perform well. Kind of got controlled there. But yeah, Imamov put that ranking next to him, and looks like he's gonna be a factor in that middleweight division. He's definitely gonna be a player. Kind of reminds me of the middleweight Luke.
Well, does that put Imamov now in the top 15? Since he
for
beat
sure.
11,
Yeah,
for sure.
Number 11, right?
For sure. Give him a
How do
ranking
you lose
fight.
3 and still be in the top
Shabazian
15?
drops
though?
a couple.
It's crazy.
For sure, right?
Yeah. It would be nice to see him fight Hermanson. I know I know Jack's trying to take a year off. He said because he had some injuries and stuff like that and travel.
Well, he's fixing to be grappling Hamzat, a wrestling match in fucking Sweden.
Yeah, I think it's more because obviously with COVID still the travel restrictions, he's kind of like working around that. One of the other highlights of the night's coming up next, right?
Yeah.
You talking about the finish or the celebration?
Both. Oh no, we go. I'm getting ahead of myself again.
Oh, this is a Gary.
In the future, Gary.
This was still a good fight.
Oh, very
the
good.
Island Boy and
Yeah.
Island Boy.
Man. He did cut his hair though. He did actually cut his hair for the fight.
he knew he had to.
Man,
right.
yeah. He probably,
He was like, I cannot.
he probably hates those fucking kids.
Yeah,
more than
he's probably
anybody
so
else.
pissed off.
Versus Ian the Future Gary, very highly touted prospect from Cage Warriors, right? The next Irish Hope. Williams looks
Williams
strong,
is getting
though.
in the business.
Kind of akin to Paddy Pimblett, right? Those Cage Warriors come over. I mean, his first fight in the UFC. Ian Gary, another young guy, like early 20s, but does have pretty good experience over there. I think he's like 8-9-0. Former welterweight champion.
Yeah.
He had some 5-round fights in him. And he did not disappoint, right? He weathered the storm early. Young man into Madison Square Garden. Crowds in there and just fucking
Beautiful counter straight
right.
right.
Yeah. Boom,
Right
put
down
him
the
out.
butt.
Jordan Williams, I'm wondering if that diabetes is too much for him. Because he has skill, he's strong, he has power, but I think it just saps his energy so bad.
Yeah, because he gets tired really
right,
quick.
and anybody doesn't know he's like what's the bad one, like type 2. That's like the really
one's
intense.
the bad one.
He had the one. He has really trouble cutting weight.
He's born with it, yeah.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah, that's when you're born
Type 1.
with it. It's terrible. I've got type 2.
Yeah.
And type 1 is the. Ugh.
So for a while he's fighting at middleweight because he couldn't cut weight. Suppose he found a way to kind of just not get as heavy, so he doesn't have to cut the weight and stuff like that. But he's kind of he
He's
looks
still
like
fighting
he gets
guys that are
depleted.
too big,
And he looks
too.
depleted by the end. When Mickey Gall ices you, like I think I could be off. It seemed like it though. I think CM Punk lasted longer against Mickey Gall than he did. And that's and it's more. I think is his chin can't take the beating.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not a doctor, but I had to see what I see in that cage. Ian Gary, the future, came out, showed out. Feed him somebody else next, right? Give him a couple extra, couple meals at that welterweight division. They're gonna need it. I mean, you got the Hamzat train.
Where'd
out
Jordan
there.
Wright fight at?
Middle.
Middle.
Yeah, I remember he fought Buckley.
Okay, yeah.
That middle and welterweight always confuses me. Who's in
Yeah.
what? But yeah, moving forward, Ian Gary, give him another meal.
Highlight of the night.
Speaking about another meal, two guys that
Do you
do
need
not like to
another?
work out. That's the only reason they're heavyweights.
And one used to be in really great shape.
Dude,
Yeah.
John Vallant used to be a piece.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
that
eating it.
You
motherfucker
look him
was
up
hot.
pictures.
Yeah.
He was in great shape.
And he has so much more body hair now too. Like, where did that? Like the fat push out the body hair? Like he was like clean shaven and fucking chiseled.
Yeah.
Uh,
Looking like a model versus Chris Beast Boy Barnett, who's had. Somebody said he had a quote that I feel like I'm inside, or on my inside I feel like 170 pounds. I'm like, no, that's what your skeleton's telling you should be.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
5'9",
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
gonna be carrying 300 pounds on it. That's your body begging, please lose weight, motherfucker. But super athletic. And we talked about that during the preview too. Crazy head kicks, right? With spinning shit, backflips, and what we got them all in one. Cop John
Yeah,
Vallant.
watch a heavyweight do that shit. It's
John Vallant does his last like 5 fights. Like he just, why are you there? I mean,
fell off
we
the
know
cliff.
why you're there, but like you're not making that much money for going in a cage. Like he's
Well,
not getting.
This is early prelims, right? So he's what's he?
I mean, he's been
15 grand?
he's been in the UFC for a while, so I'm not sure exactly what his pockets are at. But man, like you did that Maurice Green sub is the most embarrassing moment I think ever, for at least I've seen in the UFC. If you find another one, guys, put in the comments because I don't remember anything more embarrassing than dominating a fight and getting subbed with some weird choke that shouldn't work from the bottom. Versus a guy Beast Boy kind of getting his reward for taking Ben Rothwell on late notice. He showed out though, got the knockout, and then again the celebration of the night. I don't know how he did not crack his nutsack or fucking smash his lower.
how he
fucking
defied gravity like
break
that.
his tailbone. The man can move. And not only that, you see his dances coming out there. I thought he was gonna gas himself in his walkout.
Right.
He was people have done that. Deontay Wilder, right?
Yeah.
Doing the way less movement than that. But hey, give Barnett. I'm here to see Barnett fight Parker Porter. That's what I want to see.
Hurricane Ike. Hurricane Ike's 205 though, isn't he?
Yeah, Hurricane Ike. But I mean, Chase Sherman, Parker Porter, those guys are. Although Parker Porter's not a Porker anymore, or even Jay Collier.
Yeah.
Let's see some horses. John Vallant, that was his retirement fight. That was it. He walked out. He's done.
Cash it.
Even though his fight was done about 10 years ago.
And then we got
Man.
three
Dustin
more?
Jacoby, the Hanyak versus John Allen, early fight. Not very much. A typical Dustin Jacoby, point fight decision victory.
Yeah.
John Allen, I don't think this guy has any more fights left in the UFC. Jacoby, though, 5 in a row in that 205 division. Yeah, we can jump up pretty quick. Maybe give him a rank the guy.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Give him a rank guy.
That's what, 5 in a row? 4 or 5 in a row?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Let's just
Oh, no, it's 4. It's 5 straight without a loss. He had a draw in there with
Okay.
Kudalaba.
let's keep rolling with it.
Melzik Bhattacharya, Bruno Souza.
Souza, last minute replacement.
Yeah, and did not look like he wanted to be there.
Man, such a good head of hair and he shaves it.
Versus
The
Melzik Bhattacharya. We kind of wonder about his gas tank. Guy's a highlight reel. Body, his left body kicks his signature. Knockout type fighter. But we didn't know what it would do if he went 3 rounds. He got a 3-round victory. Again, not really high level competition, but again, Melzik still got some. Is this featherweight?
Feather.
Yeah, he's got some work to do before he starts seeing the ranked guy.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be more exciting than it was.
Yeah, his gas tank. He's early. It's if he's fighting a high level fighter, he would have lost that fight in the 3rd round because he was not moving enough. And then the opener of the night, again, the card started so weak and it's picked up business as we go. Bagar versus Osborne.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointed too. Right? This was supposed to be a fucking under
Not
2.5
go the
fight, not
distance,
go the
yeah.
distance. Somebody who's landed
Violence.
first. I think Ode came out a little bit too aggressive, and he shot his load early in the fight. And he kind of just had to maintain. Bagar, I believe, won round 3. I think Ode banked the first 2 rounds, and Vergara kind of came out late in round number 3. At 125, who knows? That division is not very deep.
Yeah.
You can be anywhere at any time. So Ode Osborne moving through the big for that division. He could be a factor. He could be. at the size that he is. I think he's even bigger than fucking Figgy. So
Dana White Contender Series guy.
Well, so how does that? How are we looking for whiskey and wagers for the night?
great night, whiskey and wager. Actually, all around for me, I was 11-3 and headed to picks, closing that gap so I can keep my gap closed. In the year, right? Tony was 9-5, so I picked the 2 mad fights. So I believe I'm either 6 or 7 down. I forget what. I got to do the math at home. I do the math today, but again, I picked up 2 fights. We got about 5 cards left.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do about 1 or 2 a fight, I got this. I was telling him yesterday, I was like, if I'm down 8 or 9 going to the last card, I'm just gonna pick opposite of everything in the last card and say, fuck it, either win this thing or go out in a blaze of glory. But yeah, whiskey wagers hit most of my bets. I put them out there online on our Twitter. The ones I missed, I remember. I could tell you that
Shabazian,
one. Shabazian, I missed. Yeah. I missed Usman by knockout. I had Whaley and Rose under 4.5. That one didn't hit as well. And that's the other one I can remember right now. But I hit a lot of them. And I even sprinkled a few. We said it out during the podcast, right? With Bobby Green by knockout was the one that really fucking kind of made my night. I had Jacoby win by decision, over 2.5 in that fight. Ian Gary by finish was one of them. Yeah, I had a lot in the whiskey and wagers, so it's hard to remember off the top of my head. But it was a good night that way. I basically doubled my buy. And DraftKings, again, had a good night. Didn't take anything down from the top, but I put some money in. I, again, doubled what I put in, so I'm happy leaving. Won a couple $100 last night. So it was a good night for me. Fun night of fights. I got to witness Tony's shit show, so... I'll tell you what, 267 I wanted to quit MMA, and 268 made me happy that I didn't.
How'd you do, Tony, on your...
DraftKings, I cashed 3 lineups, won $10, nothing crazy.
I had a couple profit boosts in live betting profit boost. Yeah, I had a 50% boost on Rose to win, so I got her at plus 103. So I put $50 on her, doubled my money there. I had money. I put another profit boost on the Vellante fight, but lost that. I had a 3-lay parlay with Gaethje, Rose, Kamaru that paid out. 50 paid me 203.
That was the Whitman parlay, yeah?
Yeah, that Whitman parlay. And then I put that plus 250 on Chris Curtis last week.
Yeah, I had that too. That's what I forgot. I had Chris Curtis hit for me as well in the distance. I missed on Frankie Edgar, and then another miss was I had Gaethje and Chandler under 1.5.
Yeah, I messaged you guys last night. Edgar fucked me on my 6-leg parlay.
Yeah. But I did jump ship to Vera in a head-to-head pick for some strategy, so it worked out for me that way.
Yeah, what would that have? That would have been...
My asshole stays all natty. Nappy and natty.
6. That would have been plus 690 if... Edgar didn't screw me.
I had a 6-leg. Yeah, I got fucked on a few of them. Frankie Edgar fucked me. Billy Q fucked me.
All right, well, let's move on to next week's fight, which
the gender reveal party.
Yeah.
If you guys see the poster for Holloway versus Yair, it's real funny. It's like this weird blend of pink and blue.
Yeah, looks like a gender reveal.
Bubblegummy. There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Or it looks like a 3D, like those 3D like magazines you'd get.
Right. November 13th, next Saturday.
But
fight
Vegas
night
42.
They just keep on coming.
That main event's gonna be the fight of the night for sure. Could possibly be fight of the year. The rest of the card, not so much, but you never know with these fights. It's MMA.
You got Baeza and Chaos on there, though.
Like you said, you never know with these fights. In MMA, you can think a card looks like shit. I'm not gonna say this is a low key banger, right? That's the classic, the classic thing. But you could be shocked because you might see some shit happen that you would never expect. I would not prioritize watching everything. I'm obviously gonna do it just because I'm a MMA nut and I do it. I watch pretty much every fight that happens. But if you got some plans next week, come back by the time main event starts, right? If you miss everything else, you'll be all right, right? But which main event? Max Blex Holloway, I think the best featherweight in the world, never lost his title, versus Yair Rodriguez, another great striker who's been out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
He's fighting out of Chicago.
Fighting out of Chicago.
Yair,
what's up? I don't know. What you doing here in Chicago? Come on by.
Yeah, we'll have
hit
to
us up.
It's crazy that these guys are like the same age.
Yeah.
I feel like Max is so much shorter than him.
He's been in the game for so long.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, this is a fight that's going to play out on the feet, and he's not
yeah.
beating Max. Max is going to pepper him up on his way with getting that title shot.
Max is minus 630.
Oh, rightfully so.
Sick. That's a huge
Plus
line.
450.
Yeah, you're at plus 450 is a nice line. I might sprinkle that a little bit. I'm picking Max. I think Max wins. I'm definitely not going to bet anybody at minus 650.
Right.
I may go Max by decision.
Yeah.
And see what that odds is when the prop comes around. But I might want to sprinkle some Yair with that huge line like that.
Yeah.
Although you could wait. People might think what I'm thinking right now in that year, bet it down, and Max might come down to a 280 or a 300, and that's a little bit more reasonable for him, which also will help his decision props. Yeah. But I think Max gets this done. It's gonna be a stand-up for. Again, Yair's a great fighter, but I kind of think of that Zombie fight and how Zombie was in control of that fight for most of it. And Yair put that elbow out of his ass.
anything can happen, and at plus 450, I mean. Why the fuck not?
I mean, he's world-class striker. Man, when you saw what Max did to Cater, and Cater was on fire, and Cater was beating these fucking great fighters, and then Max just looked like I'm a level above this guy. He was talking to the fucking commentators on the best boxer in MMA as he's ducking punches. I mean, we gotta get him and Volkanovski again.
Yeah,
it's gotta happen. Those are definitely the two best featherweights in the world. And I got Max going on. But again, if Yair's able to catch him, he can knock anybody out.
You think Max can get a finish, though? He might be able to get a finish. It's been a while, but...
Who's the last person?
5 rounds. Max great in 5 rounds.
Yeah, but how... Do you think he could beat his ass worse than he beat Cater's?
That just shows the toughness of Cater, though.
That's true.
You know?
I mean, it's not showing... I mean, his last 2 wins were decision.
Yeah.
Unanimous decision, and Edgar... Yeah, I mean, we can.
I mean, if you do want, I mean, I think it'd be worth a knockout bet.
I'd like to see what the props are Max by knockout.
If it's like plus 300, I'd do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, Yair's not a. I think this could be a really like close 50-45, like good contested rounds, but Max gets every one of them. That's kind of where I see this going. Moving on, we got some heavyweights.
Rothwell, Rogerio de Lima.
Ben Rothwell at one point was a great heavyweight. He still got skill too, for sure, versus Marcos Rodrigo de Lima, who pissed me off for that one time in DraftKings where he got all those points for laying on top of, was it Maurice Green?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to, I think Rothwell's going to beat him.
I do too.
They'll stay on the feet. He'll control clinch.
I just think Rothwell's going to be better at every aspect here. Again, de Lima, and I think if you look at it, de Lima, I think he's a win-win, lose-win, win-win, lose-win. I think he's that guy. I know there's one guy in the heavyweight division that he wins one, lose one. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Yeah, he won his last one, so he's definitely going to lose. He doesn't do anything bad, but he doesn't do anything really good either.
Yeah, Rothwell, he's a big
Rothwell
boy,
can win this fight in a sub. He can knock him out. He's gonna be bigger than him. He's gonna be tall. Have the range on him. A big range too, like 5-inch reach advantage.
He'll probably hit him with some uppercuts with that height disparity too.
Like Rodrigo's not fat. Like he's not like those Burnett and Villant, but he's a guy who probably could fight at 205 if he really wanted to get down. Yeah. He's got a little extra beef on him, but I think Rothwell gets it done. Probably by finish, second round.
Think he finishes him?
I think he finishes.
Decisions him maybe, but man, we've got to talk about this next one.
Alicia Spencer.
God, who the hell's her opponent? Who the hell's Leah Letson?
That's what the featherweight division is.
What?
I'm gonna say Felicia Spencer.
Number 19 featherweight worldwide.
I can tell you what's not gonna happen. Felicia Spencer's not gonna get finished here.
No, she's fucking tough as shit.
Well, the Felicia Spencer's claim to fame is that she went through Cyborg and Nunes and couldn't get finished. They both beat the shit out of her for 5 rounds, but she didn't get finished in those fights. Versus, again, a woman I never heard of. I ain't going to front like I'm some expert that knows who this is. I'm just going to go with fucking... I'll dig in the film for sure, and I'll break stuff down and try to see something on this chick. But she only has 6 fights, too. She lost to KS in Ultimate Fighter.
BMLA. Oh, she lost to BMLA. That's not good.
Yeah, Stolarenko got her too. So she has fought UFC caliber fighters at least.
Yeah.
But I just think Felicia probably wins a boring decision.
All right, Song Yadong.
Probably a little worse. Anytime you see a bantamweight fight, it's probably going to be a pretty good fight.
And Ars looked pretty good his last time out, didn't he? Coming off a win.
Didn't Yadong lose a tough decision?
He lost to Kenny, didn't he?
Yeah, it was close though, right? He beat Kenny.
Did he beat Kenny?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Casey.
okay.
That
Who
split
do you-
decision, yeah.
Kyle or Phillips?
Yeah, so I mean, this again, the bantamweight division in UFC. If you see that's a fight you want to watch.
Yeah.
That thing's like 50 fighters deep.
Man, this is a good fight. I don't know. It's tough. It's a toss up.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Maybe Yadong.
is Yadong going to be able to get him to the ground? Right? Oddly enough, we got to do it for China, right? They need it. They need that record boost. Him and Kenny going back and forth are kind of like mirror image of each other. Like, I think Yadong's not the.
Yadong's a favorite at minus 155, and Julio's at plus 135. So
I think it's going to be the best advantage of Yadong to kind of close the distance, muddy up the waters, get it down, maybe get a sub or a ground and pound. Whereas Arch, a little bit longer, right? What's the reach at here?
Oh, here. I'll go back.
Yeah, he's a little bit.
67 to 70.
Got a little bit of a reach advantage. We know alpha male, right? They want to grapple, they want to ground and pound it.
Grab
Whereas
necks.
Archie has a chance if he keep it at distance and not let Yadong get in on him, and he kind of baits Yadong into a stand up fight. Because I think that reach will be a big.
It'll be a fun fight though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, your boy.
I saw no. I dumped him.
You dumped him?
Yeah. Although I do
Man.
think I'm gonna pick him in this fight.
Against
Kyle
Dawkins?
Dawkins versus Roman Dolidze, a last second replacement for Kevin Holland.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kyle Dawkins on this. I think he's just more well rounded.
But how's he gonna beat him?
Decision.
But how's he gonna he can't strike. Kyle Dawkins can't
He
strike.
can strike better than Dolidze can.
Dolidze's gonna muddy the water. He's gonna lean against him. He's bigger. He's stronger. It's gonna be a boring 3-round decision for Dolidze.
I don't know.
Kyle Dawkins is too small. Like, he's not thick enough. Dolidze's a 205er. Kyle Dawkins' best MMA skill is grappling. That's what he does best. He don't have hands like his brother. Nowhere near his hands as his brother. I think Dolidze is gonna get inside of him, press him against the cage. I'm not talking about this is gonna be some highlight reel.
Who's the favorite? Dawkins?
Probably
there's
Dolidze.
no line on,
Probably not. They have quite because it's the last second.
Right.
They haven't adjusted yet. I would say Dolidze should be the favorite here, just because of the size alone, and this tends to be a grappling type fight. It's gonna be
Dawkins is
a minus 225 favorite.
Yeah,
for the
he's
last
number
second.
34.
and I really like Roman Dolidze in this fight.
Dolidze's plus 185.
Then
Plus
I-
220 on some
I just think this is gonna be a grappling fight. Like, Kyle Dawkins' best is his jiu-jitsu and his takedowns. That's where he went right to try to get Kevin Holland right. That's his best path to victory versus a guy who's one of the best grapplers in the world and bigger.
Yeah.
The one little caveat I will put on that, I'm pretty sure Kyle grapples with his brother, who's a lot bigger than him. So he does.
Yeah.
He's used to having big bodies on top of him. So he does have a
Supposedly they're
path.
both black belts too, right?
I would say, like, yeah, you said it too. I'm not even going to debate that. Well-rounded, like, Dawkins is a more well-rounded fighter than Dolidze, but I still think he's just going to be more physically dominating, and that's where it comes out. But I'm not on the Dolidze hype train like I once was, at all.
Yeah.
But I do think he gets it out, and I do like that dog money.
Sean Woodson, Colin Anglin. Sean Woodson should.
Boxing, man, hands.
Yeah, he should knock
great,
him out.
Great hands. Colin Anglin coming off a knockout. Was it Bagdasarian that knocked him out?
Bagdasarian knocked out.
Anglin,
No.
right?
Yeah.
This Sean Woodson is so crazy. Look at his reach for that division.
Yeah.
79. That's up there with like Izzy.
Yeah, he's got some long limbs.
He's tall as hell. He's everything that what's his name?
6'2"
What's the Monkey
featherweight.
King's name?
Jordan.
He's everything that he wants to be.
Yeah.
Wolves Den Training Center. Again, Sean Woodson was at one point a really highly regarded boxer, and you could see it in his fighting. Great hands, not super powerful, right? I mean, he doesn't really put people to sleep, but man, he will fucking cut you up and pepper you up with those hands. Versus a guy England who has to wrestle to get this fight to the ground. If that's going to be this is classic
I
grappler
don't see
versus
it
striker.
happening though.
I don't see how with those long ass legs you're going to take him down. We kind of saw it play out with Yusuf Zalal.
Yeah.
Right, Zalal tried to get at it, and he was wrestling, relentlessly trying to grapple with Woodson, and he just couldn't get him down. England maybe a little bit better wrestler than Zalal, maybe if he gets him down, because I don't think Woodson can do much from his back.
Yeah, Woodson should win that.
I'm leading Woodson
I think
too.
he finishes him too.
I will be playing some England and DraftKings.
Yeah.
Courtney Casey.
Courtney Casey and Liana Jojua, 9-9. Courtney Casey. Wow. Okay.
I might call me crazy. I like Courtney Casey in this fight.
I think I like Courtney Casey too.
Her 9-9, like 9-9, yes, and it's not an impressive
I
record.
think
She's a veteran.
She's better than that 9-9 record. I feel like
Her last fight, I think she won. She got robbed.
Yeah. And then Jojua's this is her first fight back since what's her name cut her nose open, right? Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just the Georgia fight, but
Yeah.
Courtney Casey's well rounded. Again, her last fight against who was it? JJ Aldridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the split decision. I think she won that fight. We kind of talked about that when it happened, and she's more well-rounded for sure. Jojua, I think she's just kind of riding her coattails.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of a cute girl,
Yeah.
likes to fight. Not the typical Georgian, I'll tell you that much. And
She got that one armbar from guard victory over who was it?
What's up here? Let's check it out.
Polyana Viana? No, Belbita.
Belbita.
Same but different.
Yeah,
They look similar.
yeah, one's a little bit better though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Courtney Casey edges out probably a boring decision, but that might be where that split decision comes into play because it's not like Courtney Casey's going to knock her out. Probably not going to sub her. It's going to be point fighting. Do I get this takedown? Do I hold that position? I score a couple points here and there. Again, I think Casey ends out a close decision.
This next fight's good. It's intriguing. Thiago Moises and Joel Alvarez.
How does Moises fucking respond from that ass shaving he fucking took from fucking
Makhachev.
I was going to say Khabib. But Khabib Jr.
And Alvarez on a roll here.
And Moises was on the roll before he ran to Islam. In that main event, a spot, and Islam just fucking manhandled him for that full fight. Ended it like in round 4 with a choke, was it?
El Fenomeno.
Where was his Alvarez on a roll, lightweights.
6'3", big height disparity here. Big reach disparity.
That definitely.
The thing is, Moises is gonna have to use his grappling.
Yeah, but he hasn't really done that much.
Yeah, he's a good grappler though.
But he even like Alex Hernandez, he stood with him.
Yeah,
he won that fight striking.
He's
but
on American top team.
I don't think he can. Joel Alvarez might knock him out if he stands with him.
Yeah, and that's the path. If Thiago Moises does want to get this win, it's gonna have to be to get this guy down to the ground. When you got a guy almost 8 inches of reach on you and 4 inches in height. Like,
5 inches, yeah.
It's just like you're not gonna get in on that. You're not gonna be able to hit that.
He's got 6 inches of height on it.
Everyone's the same height on the floor, right? That's what you gotta get this guy to. Again, I think Joel Alvarez gets this done. So again, we saw him always his grappling. I know it's Makhachev, but he got fucking destroyed like a hot knife through butter, and there was no resistance to that.
It's an intriguing fight.
I think Alvarez wins this fight and gets in the top 15.
All right.
Kennedy
and
Chuku and Don Unjung.
Don Unjung's the one that beat the fuck out of William Knight, right?
Yeah.
The giant. He's gigantic.
Yeah, like how much stock do we put in that too? I mean, because Kennedy's
he's not gonna be that much. He's not gonna be smaller than Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy's 6'5".
Kennedy is so awkward though.
Yeah.
We saw him his last fight. In fact, we talked about it last week with the Olsberg fight.
What's that draw there? What do you get a draw for?
The split decision against Sam Alvey.
Draw?
No, it's a split
This
decision.
one.
The D.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the arrow's pointed at the wrong thing, but that's decision split. And then the win was Mike Rodriguez, ground and pound. That one.
Well, he just dominated William Knight. Yeah. And I was big on William Knight that night. DraftKings had some bets laid down for it. He was an underdog. And Da Young, but it was a big size discrepancy. He's not going to have that against Kennedy.
Yeah, William Knight's not the greatest grappler either.
We know Kennedy can take a fucking beating too. Yeah. Like, because Olsberg fucked him up in that first round.
Feet, too.
Olsberg fucked him up that first round. He took everything he got and then putting Olsberg to sleep.
Yeah, this is a hard one for me to call. I might go with Kennedy here.
I'm leaning Kennedy as well. Just again,
I just don't know. I haven't seen enough of Jung really.
I think because he was like, he's not gonna be able to manhandle Kennedy like he did, and I don't think he's gonna strike better than Olsberg did.
Yeah,
there's no way. I mean, Olsberg's a world class striker.
I mean, they're neck and neck right there, 25 and 26.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean Kennedy in that fight.
And here might be a banger, or it could be a slow one. Baeza and Williams.
I'm going with on this one.
I'm going against Caramel Thunder.
I'm going with my man Chaos, of course.
Well, Baeza's Caramel Thunder, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm going with Chaos Williams, man. He's so good. I thought his real name. Yeah. I thought Chaos was his real name. It's not.
Baeza's coming off the loss of Ponzinibbio, huh?
Right. He got finished too, right?
Got knocked out, I think.
Listen, Chaos is gonna come out throwing hard.
No, unanimous decision.
I think Chaos should be 5 in a row right now. I think he won that fight against what's his name? Goro.
Goro.
It was a tight fight that closed out the card at the end of last year. Chaos had a fucking great showing against Smellisberger. We saw what Smellisberger do a couple weeks ago.
Chaos
when
is younger, reach advantage.
And he is more aggressive. Yeah. Now, Baez may have a little bit more speed, I think. Yeah. Especially with the head kicks.
Well, I think, Chaos has got the equalizer, as Jody would say. So, I'll go Chaos.
I'm going Chaos, too. I love Chaos Williams. Yeah, I think he won 5 in a row. Kind of like Roy Jones. Kind of like Roy Jones a little bit.
Calvillo and Lee.
I'm not going to I don't want to watch this
didn't
fight.
Calvillo just fight?
Not really. She was in a cage, but she didn't do anything against Andrade.
Calvillo wins.
I don't think so, man.
You don't think so?
Probably does. This is going to be they're going to be rubbing tucking tits on each other.
Andrew Lee likes to get the fight to the ground, and Calvillo likes to wrestle.
Calvillo's last win was right?
Yeah.
She got into her grappling. She got into her grappling, and she really, ever since then, she has done nothing. Like, literally, she just stands in the fucking cage and does nothing with anything. No takedowns, doesn't throw a strike. Fucking Andrade fucking beat her fucking like she stole something from her. She just looked like she didn't want to be in the cage anymore. Whereas Andrea KG Lee, who's not great by any means, but she going to fight.
Yeah.
She just fucking tapped out Antonina, right?
I don't know. I think Calvillo wins.
I mean, this is fucking...
Yeah.
This is fucking digging. This is fucking degenerate fucking action right here. You're into this fight. Calvillo probably does edge it out. But again, I think KG Lee... The problem is KGB Lee's path to victory is Calvillo's strength.
Yeah.
So even though Calvillo does not employ her grappling that much, she has it.
I think her Calvillo's striking is better than Lee's too.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, this probably gets her back on track. I think this was meant to do, try and get Calvillo back on track too, because they like her.
Yeah, this next one I'm intrigued with Alves. He comes out of the gates hot. He fucking hits hard. He goes for broke.
Versus
he might be able to put it on
Yeah,
Diakese.
Alves is 19-10.
Yeah, but watch his last fight. He lost, but he was fucking coming at it. He might be a good DK play.
This is gonna be a quick bang. Why did it say? I read it wrong. Diakese again. Another guy's gonna want to stand with you, the bone crusher. I'm on a big England fade.
Yeah.
Like this, they don't. I mean, what's his name that's got knocked out in the Contender Series?
Rafael gets him on the ground.
Both guys coming off a loss, right?
Yep.
I think this is probably. Oh man, this is the kind of beef right here. Top Team MMA Masters, South Florida beef going down right now.
Yeah.
This is probably Alves' last shot. If you lose this fight, 19-10, 31 years old.
I'm sure Diakese's a big favorite in this too, though.
Downcast against Yorkshire.
Let's see.
Again, I am gonna go with Diakese to get the knockout victory because I think he's a little bit bigger.
Diakese's minus 150, plus
125.
I'm gonna go with Alves.
He's a little bit bigger, a little bit younger, and I think a little bit better of a team, better training camp, and I think that's gonna be the big difference here.
I'll take Alves. I think he might get a quick finish.
I think this is gonna be a quick finish. Whoever hits it first. Yeah. That's what we're gonna. It's who lands.
I think
first.
Alves might choke him, get him in a sub.
Club and sub, little club and sub.
Little club and sub.
I can see it. I'll probably be playing both sides of DraftKings.
Yeah.
This might be where we fight the roster.
All right. Well, that wraps up UFC Vegas 40 something
or another
42. I think Mike's got to start. Betting some long shots here. You got to get caught up. You ain't got many fights left.
I got 2 down last night. Rose screwed me. That was a split decision. That would have been another gain. And he had Beast Boy. He got lucked out and got Beast Boy with that lucky heel.
Ain't no luck about it.
Oh man, I don't know.
Luck is that I'm here. Right
when a 5'9" man able to do that's 300 pounds can do a spinning heel kick and hit a guy who's like 6'3", 6'4". There's some luck involved in that one. And then fucking do that flip and not bust his nuts.
All right, well, it's kind of there was another great fight last night. Let's just go ahead and mention Canelo.
Was it a great fight or was it a great
or was it being Canelo
fight?
being Canelo?
It was Canelo being the great in a fight.
Yeah, that's really what I actually have it pulled up here somewhere. Here it is. We can watch it.
How do they judge power strikes?
I don't know.
Significant?
I guess.
See if I can get this.
I mean, Canelo's starting to become a victim of his own success. We were kind of talking about it before we started rolling. Like, I'm not interested in seeing Canelo fights no more. Not because of any other reason. That he's so much better than his competition.
That uppercut that hit here. Let's rewind it right here. Here's that uppercut. Boom. This drops him in the 11th, and he never seems. Caleb never really. I feel like gets back to where he needs to be.
Those
He's
gold shorts
walking
are
all over the
hideous,
place.
though.
I mean, he's walking. And
How awesome they had fights going on at the same time at Madison Square Garden and MGM Grand.
Yeah.
Right, the two
And
biggest
then
fight arenas there are.
he comes in for the kill. He's
God.
swinging for the fences, and you see Caleb's like turning his back to him.
Ooh.
And that's it. Fight's
I'm
over.
really kind of
Damn.
bummed the way that Billy Joe Saunders eye socket got broke right there. 'Cause
Yeah.
that fight was close. I would like to see that thing finish all the way through.
Yeah.
But I don't think you kind of talking about Triple G maybe.
I think that's the only fight that people. I think he lost to Triple G the first time.
Yeah, they too on that one. The second one
But-
was a little bit more decisive for sure.
You know, Canelo. You know, it seems like every time he fights, he gets better and better and better.
Let's just do it. Let's just get it over with. Jake Paul Canelo. I'll watch it.
Listen, I think Canelo can take on both the Paul brothers at the same time and still.
I'll watch
fucking
it.
Knock them both out.
But I'll be interested in watching it.
He
I'm
can't,
not
you know,
saying-
it's in the clause. So.
Yeah.
Well, there's a rumor that the Paul brothers against the Diaz brothers,
Oh, that'd be
right?
great.
Nick against Jake or against Logan, and Nate against.
I'll tell you what, the Diaz brothers ain't gonna sign no knockout clause.
Right.
They're
They're definitely not.
They're not signing that clause.
So, well, you know, Canelo, I don't know. You know, like I said, I think Triple G is the only opponent for him that gives him a run for his money. Outside of that, I don't know
Belt collector.
who
I was cracking up at
well,
like,
he's got all four of them now.
I'm saying I was cracking up at the press conference. You had him like with his arms out like this, it's draped in fucking gold.
Right.
And then he had fucking Plant just had that one in his hand. Like, damn. Like I brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah.
Right. So, I had money that it was gonna. Canelo was gonna win 7, 8, 9, or 10, and of course he won in 11. And I did not make any.
Yeah,
money on that fight.
I didn't get to watch any of it. I was hoping it would be like the last time that Canelo ran a Jason in the UFC, that they'd wait till the UFC was over and that would switch over. But we were watching 268. I was making sure my bathroom wasn't completely destroyed.
Wasn't a murder scene.
Yeah.
So that's recently remodeled over there. You're the
Yeah.
first one to throw up in that.
Yeah,
toilet.
yeah.
It's
you
okay, I was
fucking
digging
blessed
them
it.
onions out of the
Yeah,
drain,
you blessed
though.
it. You blessed the bathroom, right? And fucking my newly renovated place. But yeah, so I was more focused on that going down this time. But yeah, I mean, again, like I said, I don't see Canelo as must-see TV, not because he's not great. It's because there's nobody to test him.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling here. It wasn't too.
So what
much
is the weight?
happening.
What was the weight he's fighting at? 168. It said.
Full as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, your girl's last fight.
We kind of called that. You kind of called that though.
Yeah.
Like, give
Casey
Casey
O'Neill.
O'Neill Modafferi.
Put her to sleep.
To UFC 271, February 12th. They're expecting.
Does she
to
finish
fight
her?
Flyweight
Casey O'Neill?
Does she finish her?
I think Modafferi fucking finishes her.
No.
She fucking subs her.
No. Who's the last person Roxanne Modafferi finished?
I don't know. No.
Fucking, she could have finished one-legged Macy Barber.
06
Yeah.
fighter.
I mean, I feel like Casey O'Neill should destroy her.
But I don't know if she gets a finish. Now, Roxy's
Yeah.
hard to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, last fought in.
Like, Talia
266.
Santos beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And she was
Yeah.
she was still in. Like, she was
She
in
also
that fight.
lost to
Araujo.
Vivian. Yeah,
Yeah, I bet on that fight. I remember that one. That was in Fight Island, I think.
back in again O'Neill to show why she deserves to be ranked in the women's flyweight division.
Yeah, I mean, she's making a name
She
for
should be,
herself.
shit.
That fight division starting to get deep. You got her. You got Menon Fiore.
Yeah.
Like, they're coming for you, Bullet. You got some. They're not quite there yet, but you got some people down that pipe that are gonna give you some trouble.
When is this fight? When is it? February 12th.
271.
It's a ways
What's the
away.
main event? Is that the Izzy one?
It doesn't say. I looked.
I know they're trying to hold out the Izzy with it because they want to do it in Australia.
Oh, I thought Izzy said he's not fighting in Australia.
Maybe that's I didn't hear that, but I don't want. But that's why they're kind of pushing that one around. And also they might do a London card at some time early next year. So they're trying to figure out if things open up a little bit more.
Well, Izzy was bitching because I think it was the Australian or New Zealand government wouldn't let somebody train that recently fought. I can't remember the fighter, but it was like one of Izzy's buddies, and he was like, "I won't fight there ever again because."
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean,
COVID.
that's going crazy over there. We won't get into fucking geopolitical issues. I do enough of that.
Marlon Vera tells Sean O'Malley to go fuck himself.
He was just so straight up. It's so funny.
Is there the actual? He probably talks about it in the.
In the post-fight press
the
conference. I
post-fight.
mean, Cheeto's been on a little bit of a roll lately, right? He should love Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley made him a star, right?
I mean, that's probably why he's talking shit, right?
He wants that fight again, and I would love to see that fight really happen. We got robbed of it Cheeto's got a legit victory, right? I joke around with Sugar still being undefeated. But that wasn't really the fight we wanted to see. That we didn't get a definitive answer what can happen with these two guys fighting.
Well, so that's the whole thing is O'Malley's talking shit. So then Vera goes, we can talk crazy shit. I can use my social media and just to say crazy shit. And I know people will like that, but let's keep it real. I like to keep it real. I like to say the facts. And I've earned everything I have in my life by going forward and going hard, so he can go fuck himself.
He kind of said the same thing on Food Truck.
Did he?
With Shaw, like the same, like not verbatim, but the same gist. He's got that real fucking like the straightforward, like his motherfucker might be MS-13 type fucking serious type shit. Like no motherfucker, I'll kill you. Like we don't play around. We're gonna fucking slit your throat. But let's see that. I mean, there's not really he's gonna be 12th, 13th maybe. He's not gonna jump up that high from that win against Edgar.
Well, so, I mean, you said it earlier. Maybe they run it back at some point.
What better fight for the first time for undefeated Sugar? I love that shirt. What better fight for him to get his first fucking ranked opponent, right?
All right, let's keep going. Thompson, not a fan of Paulo Costa.
Well, they put it like even he won the slap. He hits people for a living.
Yeah,
it's not that big a deal if Wonder Boy would slap you.
He's damn good at it.
Yeah.
Fighting Darren Till, he wouldn't make weight. He was like 5 pounds overweight. I was there. I did it for the fans. We had a good time. But when coming, I can do 185, and then you show up at 205. It's like, what the heck? Yeah. WTF? When you talk so much trash.
185, and then you can't even make the catch weight of 190.
Yeah, 20 pounds over.
Well, he kind of exposed the flaw in the system. Like, if you're a main eventer, that main event's going to happen. You know, he had all the leverage, and UFC kind of had to dance with him. They threw a little bit of extra money at Vettori to make him do it as well. But it's not like if that was an undercard fight, like, fuck you. We're not gonna, it's not going to happen.
No.
Right.
But since Costa's name was on the poster, it sold 2 top-type fighters. They kind of had him by the balls.
I want to see what they do with Costa now, though. Like, how do they, they're going to get him what he wants and let him fight
he's a
205
205er now. And Costa was like, I'm a 185er. And Costa said he was sick,
torn biceps,
in training, and he had to take a couple weeks off, and that's why he couldn't.
He had too much juice.
My choices.
The choices.
My choices. My choices.
Man, Costa's a weird fucking dude. Let's just be real. Like, that motherfucker is out there. His logic, he stares off into space when he talks. Like, what are you looking at? Like, I would love to see him in Vittoria and Spelly B.
All right, some more O'Malley news. It's inevitable that he'd fight Jan to be a pay-per-view headliner.
I'd love to see it.
Who's winning this one, Mike?
Come on. Are you
Who's winning this one, Tony?
Dude, fucking Jan gets smoked.
Jan will fucking
Jan gets smoked. Jan's not going to be able to touch him. How's Jan going to touch him? He's too fast. Jan's little and slow.
Jan closes the distance very well.
Jan has lost.
Very, very well.
Lost. First off, Jan is a fake champion. He's going to get fucking yoked out.
You think Sugar's better than Sandhagen?
No, I said hang a beat on. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you kidding me? We get this going again?
Yo, Mike's about to
We're
quit.
We're going to fuck you out of your fucking mind? That bullshit decision. These fucking MMA's fake bullshit. So let's get off that. He lost 2 in a row. He lost to Aljo. He just lost to fucking Sandhagen. And now this motherfucker's going to fight with Sugar. Like, he gets rewarded for 2 losses in a row? It's fucking bullshit. He's going to lose. He's going to lose the Aljo rematch. Aljo's going to fucking destroy him. That's like he was doing the first round. He fucking slipped up a little bit, but he ended up winning the fight. He'll end up winning the fight. He got the fight done.
Slipped up a little bit.
Yeah, he fucking slipped. He literally slipped up a few times. And they called him takedowns.
Know what he's saying.
Listen, Aljo
too much
Aljo did what it had to take to get the fucking victory. He proved he would do anything to be a champion.
Yeah,
all right.
He
took that fucking knee to the face for it. He fucking did it. All right, and Jan.
How the hell are you gonna get your ass beat and still be champion? This is some Friday shit.
No.
How you gonna get fired on your day off, Craig?
Bait,
how you gonna win a belt when you fucking lost?
Yes, you bait a person who's not too bright into breaking the rules. Classic, like that's Dennis Rodman mindfuckery. He fucking mindfucked him into doing the fucking bullshit. But that first round, Aljo beat the fuck out of Jan.
Everybody beats Jan in the first round. He takes the round off to get reads.
And the 5th round too, like Corey Sandhagen did. Fucking bullshit. And the 4th round and the 2nd round. Jan won 1 round that fucking fight. But anyway, Peter Yan again, overrated paper champion. He is the paper champion. He's interim. Look at that.
What's gonna happen
That's not my
when
words.
he beats all your boys at bantamweight?
It's not gonna happen.
Well, listen, I mean, it looks
He's
like
not making it through
O'Malley's
Aljo.
talking about big future plans here. It's going to be a pay-per-view headliner match.
It's never gonna happen because
23,
Peter John's gonna get
24.
Who's Aldo fighting?
I don't
I
know.
want to see
Jose Aldo?
maybe Aldo fight fucking Sugar Sean. That'd be great.
That's a huge jump. Like, not, I don't say like I'd love to see it, but like to give a guy who's not ranked the 4th fighter in the world.
Oh, you want to give him Jan?
Oh, I did not
He
say
wants
that.
Jan.
I did not say. I would say he would beat Jan's ass. That's what I said. I don't think that fight should
He can
happen.
beat Jan's ass. He can beat Aldo's because Jan.
No, I
Beat Aldo.
No, I'm not talking about how the fight would happen in the cage. I'm saying that to logically say that this fight's going to happen when there's fucking 12 other people that are in the rankings like that can't
Yeah,
get a top
UFC don't
5.
care about that. They care about the money train. You know,
No, they had to
they're gonna get
fucking-
Hamzat up there quick.
They
Watch.
had to put him in the rankings to fight Leon. Remember? So unless they play for number by
Yeah,
Sean's
some
name.
commissions won't allow it, right?
Right? Yeah. Just weird.
We talked
like the
about
mercy
what's
rule.
next for Usman. So in the post-fight presser, Dana, one of the people asked, Usman's talking about fighting Canelo. Dana says Usman doesn't want any piece of Canelo. And then Usman came out in the post-fight presser and was like, listen, I want to challenge myself. I want to do big things. And, yeah, Canelo's the top, but, I'm not here to take easy fights. Da-da-da. I don't know.
Listen, Usman, your hands have improved.
Yeah, but
But if you're only gonna go into a ring and fight Canelo, you fucking Dana White's. I'm 100% in the Dana White. You will get fucked up camp. We just talked about how boring it is that Canelo's going through this fucking clean out divisions, just going taking people's belts. You got a belt, it's mine. You got a belt, it's mine. He's changing weight classes. No, there's no chance.
Right.
This is not even like the Floyd versus Conor situation. Like, whereas Floyd will play with you. He's not like the deadliest puncher out there. Yeah, he'll great defensive boxer. Yeah, obviously he knocked out Conor. But Canelo's not going to fucking play with his food. He's going to go out there and just fuck Kamaru Usman up. And it's going to look real bad for the UFC.
Yeah,
It's going to look real bad.
Look good. I mean, think about it for a second. Canelo coming over, fighting MMA against Kamaru.
It'll look even worse for Canelo.
yeah,
Not even fucking close. It'll be
Canelo
more.
might die.
I will say this: it'll be more of an ass whooping if he went to a cage against Kamaru, because there's way too much to catch up to. Like he'll knock out Usman, and probably I'd say third. If they're really going that third, fourth round, he probably knocks out Usman. Usman, if he just shoots one takedown, it's over. Canelo never gets off his back.
Yeah.
We saw it with Clarissa Shields. It'll be the same fucking story. You put a boxer on their back, they
James
got nothing.
Toney,
There's so many more levels to pick up in that time. James Toney, was a perfect example of it too. But going into the ring, obviously they punch in MMA, they're striking, so it's less of a transition. Now when you're going against a guy against Canelo, again, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out early. I don't care how good Trevor Whitman's coaching is; it's not gonna happen. There's nobody in the UFC that beats fucking Canelo in a boxing match. The only one that might survive him is Max. Max Holloway might survive 12 rounds with Canelo. He's faster. He can throw hands. He can avoid. He can move in and out, and he has a shot. But everyone else, they're going to lose. Max is going to lose that fight, but he might survive 12 rounds.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Gaethje put on a great fight last night, but he gets punched.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
he gets punched a
and
lot.
Canelo is
Gaethje's kind of like the fucking Costco Canelo.
maybe what's his name? Hamzat. He's only gotten hit twice in the last 3 fights.
Canelo does shoot a double on him, though.
He'll just forget. Fucking take him down. Fight him
Smash. I mean, Calvin Cade. I'm thinking about boxers, right? Calvin Cade or maybe Sean Woodson. Fucking, those are the guys that only have a
Wonder
chance.
Boy, maybe, kickboxer guy.
There's no way. They're not beating Canelo.
Yeah. No, you're right. There's no
No
way
way.
beating Canelo.
What about Izzy Adesanya?
No. No way.
He'd have a good chance.
He's probably maybe the best chance.
Well, he's much bigger, too.
And kickboxing and boxing is a little bit more of a
But,
close.
I think a Canelo right goes through Izzy's
Can
body.
he? But the reach will be so fucking different.
I
but
think
you can only go so
Canelo
far,
will
then
eat
fucking-
every single one of Izzy's punches and just mow him down. It's over for him.
I think we're starting to talk on a fight that could be entertaining though.
Sure,
I think we went through brainstorming. I think we found the fight that could sell. I don't think that definitely Stylebender would look like out of water and look terrible in that fight. We won't make MMA look bad. that might be the one to make.
I
What
mean,
did Canelo have this last
Izzy
fight? How
plays
big?
the outside game for the first 3 to 5 rounds. Canelo tries to figure out how to get in, and then eventually round 7, 8, it's over for Izzy.
Does Izzy have any boxing matches?
A lot of kickboxing.
He's got a ton of
All the
kickboxing. He's got a ton
right?
of
Like
kickboxing.
150 or something
Ton of
like
them.
that. So that might be why he's got the biggest chance, right?
And he fought some heavyweights.
Yeah.
But what is Canelo at right now? His weight.
I don't know what he
Yeah.
gets.
160.
160-ish, 170 probably.
No,
That's the only problem. It'd be hard to find a weight for them to fight at.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't. What was it here? 168. Yeah.
Oh.
185.
This
180?
Canelo does not cut. He adds.
I mean, I think he could 185.
But
That's
what's
a
he
lot
gonna
of
be?
weight.
And what's he gonna? He might really get fucked up at 185. He might have to slow down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only chance is like take him out of his.
And I don't
his
think Izzy can
element.
get down to 170. I don't think it's possible.
No. He ain't got no. He ain't no weight to cut.
Yeah. He cuts to get to 185 too.
Yeah. But even when he fought Jan, he was what?
204.
Something. Yeah.
That's probably his walk around rate. He probably didn't do anything cutting wise.
No, I thought he was like 190 something, like 196 or something.
He was under the 205 limit for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that'd be the most interesting one. But again, the sizes is too crazy.
I don't know.
Or
Like,
more
what
max.
do you do for Canelo? You give him a, Canelo's at 168. You put him against a
Maybe a
205
Poirier?
guy or something.
Maybe a
like
Poirier?
that. I
200,
say
he was
Poirier
200
gets
pounds.
Rocked. Wait, I just don't see it. You got to
Poirier.
give him a fucking John Jones or something in there. A big dude to give any shot.
I mean,
at
there's
beating
Conor.
Canelo. Oh, he fucking murders.
Not Conor as
It'd be a fun fight to watch, though.
For the first 90 seconds.
Yeah, but this is the problem with Canelo Alvarez too. This is what we're doing, trying to find an opponent for Canelo Alvarez because there ain't none left over there.
Yeah, there's nothing.
What about Tank? How big is Tank?
Tank Abbott?
No, what's his
Oh,
name?
Javante?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
He's small though.
right. I'm saying, yeah, how big?
Tank Davis.
130s probably.
Let's see here. Yeah, he's pretty light. Doesn't say.
Lightweight, super featherweight. I don't know what that is in boxing.
Yeah, let's see here. We'll pull it up.
Last weigh-in.
Well, he's only 5'5", so
He's not there. Jesus Christ. So he was win the super lightweight title. What is that?
super featherweight too. It said.
Hold on. Gervonta Davis. Weight.
Yeah,
Ta-da. 140?
135, yeah.
135.
Bantamweight.
they can catch at 150.
To fight who?
Canelo.
Canelo's not coming down to 150. No way.
He's fought
You
smaller
think he could
than
beat
that.
Canelo?
Yeah, he has, but when you're a boxer, you just get bigger and bigger
Yeah.
and bigger and bigger. You don't go back. You know? I
Yeah.
mean, Pacquiao was in 6 or 7 divisions.
I mean, his future is
Mayweather,
going up.
same
They even
thing.
say he's gonna go to 140.
You know, so. Well, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah.
We're all caught up here. So we'll be back next week. Like, subscribe, share.
And go on the Instagram and watch the fucking debacle.
Yeah, go watch
debacle that was
the fucking
Saturday
shit
night.
show.
Like,
He finished
subscribe.
his Pedialyte.
I finished my Pedialyte. I'm here. Fuck. I went to work today. The show must go
The
on.
show must go on. He made it in. He did not
What?
quit MMA.
What does
I quit drinking though.
It was one of those type of nights.
Yeah.
He quit drinking nights.
Yeah.
I'm sure you all out there have had those before.
Yeah.
Well, what do the Navy guys say? Like hoorah? Isn't there like a chant or
Yeah.
something?
Hoo-yah.
Hoo-yah?
Yeah.
God.
That's not what the village people say.
That's what they say before they go down and come back up as one.
You could sail the 7 seas.
All right, guys. See you next week.
Later.